Hey, my lovelies. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome to the Daily Vibration. So, today you will not see my face, but you will get in definitely a better view of the cards today, right? Um, we are going to take a look at the energy of the four elements today. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy. My goal here, as moving forward on this channel, as even the initial uh, launching of the channel, was definitely to help people tap into their chakra systems and to help everyone to learn about these wonderful energy portals that dwell within self. Okay, so I am a certified Reiki energy healer, and I have decided now to more tap into the energetic vibration based on our chakra systems and the elementals, because you have to master all 12 of the zodiac signs. You are not just responsible for mastering your sun signs. Okay, so the first element that we're going to start out with today, my lovelies, will be the wonderful I want to say fire element, because we are dealing with Leo season right now. So we're going to start off with the wonderful fire element. Okay, um which is Leo energy. That is also Sagittarius energy and Aries energy. So if you are not a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries, my love, you can definitely tap into the fire energy, utilizing it as more of an action driven energy. This energy is the energy where you have to take action. This is also the energy, my loves, where is fueled by passion or is fueled by movement. Okay, so there is going to be some type of movement when we're dealing with fire energy, or when we're dealing with people that embody the fire sign element. Okay, now today, just collectively, sorry about that. I had to reboot my computer. Just for you to know energetically what's popping off today, you're dealing with three chakras that you will have to pay attention to. Okay, so in more of the past energy is asking you to tap into your root chakra. Now, be mindful that your root chakra is all about what's grounding you. This is also where fear and anxiety lies. Okay, this is where you can find a lot of fear and anxiety. And the soulmate card is asking you, how do you see yourself as an individual? How do you project yourself outwardly to the world? Are you telling yourself the truth about yourself? Are you projecting a clear as well as a true picture of yourself to the outer world, or you just walking around with a mask on? Okay, so the soulmate card is asking you really to take a look at the relationships that you have with yourself and what you're projecting outwardly. Okay, there is power within your third eye energies. You can see here the eye, but there's also power in the hands. Okay, there's healing power in the hands. So this is a lot of heart chakra energy, even coming from the third eye aspect here. I want you guys to really understand how you see yourself internally is how you project yourself externally. Even if you put on a mask to kind of cover up how you were feeling about self. Okay, now, we're going to pop on over here to the now moment. The now moment, you got heart chakra energy. This is the gossip card. So this can represent you either talking shit about someone or someone feeling the need to talk shit about you. This could just be you and a girlfriend that talk on the phone daily and complain about the things that's not working and why you think they're not working, and maybe not taking full responsibility of your heart chakra, which is governing this energy right here. Now, heart chakra energy has to do with love, with forgiveness. This is where you can find either you don't have healthy boundaries, or you have too much excessive boundaries. Okay, this is really where you don't trust people, or you may trust too easily. Okay, so how you see yourself really affects the type of love life or love language. Not so much love language, but your love expression, in which you give to others and to yourself, right? Now, in the advice column or the future placement, what you have here is self worth, which is solar, sorry, not solar, sakral chakra energy. This orange board is sakral chakra energy. Your sakral chakra is responsible for the emotions, the relationships, and the change that needs to happen within this relationship. So this is where you can find codependency. right? Or full-fledged obsession with things that you should not be obsessed with, okay? Or maybe even addictions, okay, whether it's sexual addictions or material addictions. There could, shopping addictions or addiction to food, but there can be some types of addiction within this chakra right here, right? And this is when you're not balanced within your emotions and the relationships, and the change that's needed. Now, I do want to say the sacral chakra and the heart chakra work really well together because these govern your emotions. Okay, so if I had to give a message today for overall what you want to pay attention to is you want to pay attention to your emotions today. Your self worth is going to be coming into play as we are evolving throughout this month anyway, right? So what are you telling yourself about yourself? How are you projecting that outwardly to the world? Yeah, people always are going to have something to say, especially if they're not doing their work. Or you also want to pay attention to how much gossip you're doing, okay? Be mindful of the self-worth energy that's coming in here. That might be needed, especially if you're interacting with people that don't see the true you, okay? So that is the message for the wonderful fire signs as well as the fire element, okay? Remember, if you're dealing with the fire element, that is going to be a place where you may need to take action or passion or movement, okay? That can also be lustful energy, so you do want to be mindful of that, okay? So now we're moving on to the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful earth signs, which is going to be Capricorn's energy. It's also going to be Taurus energy, and then you're also going to have Virgo's energy, and that is going to complete the earth element. And when dealing with the earth element, my love, we are dealing with the material world, the physical world, the realm in which you can physically touch something. This is the bills, this is the kids, this is the school situation, this is the housing situation. These are even the responsibilities that come along with anything on the material aspect of things, okay? So this is where you would apply this energy if you were not an earth sign, okay? Now, let's see what we got here, y'all, okay? So, just starting off, overall, we do have heart chakra energy on the board popping up here with perception. Okay, now be mindful once again because your heart chakra governs love, forgiveness, right, as well as compassion. And can I be honest with you, sometimes when people have done, I want to say, immensely hurtful things to you, okay, honestly speaking, compassion is not something that you think about when you're dealing with people along the aspect that has hurt you, okay? So just depending on how balanced you are, just know that if um if you are not careful, right, because the heart chakra, also puts you into a place where acceptance is going to be key. And if you're not careful, you can be walking around, my loves, with codependency, poor boundaries, okay? You could be walking around with aspects of yourself where you feel like you don't deserve love, where there's not enough love. You have fear of intimacy. There's just not an aspect of yourself where you feel like you can embrace on your own, okay? So I really want you to be mindful of that as you're walking through this energy today with your heart chakra, okay? Perception of a thing is going to be important. This is why you want to accept the things that you can't change. You cannot change people. People have their own feelings, their own emotions, and they're responsible for their own feelings and their own emotion as well as you are, okay? Now, this is in your past placement. Okay, so they really want you to pay attention to your perception and maybe how you may have viewed things in the past. All right, now popping over into your right now moment, you do have joy. And what I get immediately, like, don't allow anyone to snatch your joy, or don't allow the past to snatch your joy. It's based on your perception, okay? Now, joy is popping up with the solar plexus energy. Now, when we're dealing with solar plexus energy, we're definitely dealing with energy that talks about the ego, talks about the will, okay? Now, this energy, if not balanced properly, this energy right here, this solar plexus energy, can definitely be arrogant energy. It can be excessively shy energy on one spectrum, right? But when balanced, there's a sense of confidence that comes in here. You're not arrogant, you're not shy, but you're confident, okay? So how are you working with this energy today within these two chakras? You definitely want to change your perception to embrace self. Okay, let me say that again. Change your perception to embrace self. Celebrate yourself. Do you not see this card, how she is celebrating herself? And if you're into any forms of deity, you can definitely look up the deity that really pulls on the sunflower energy. Okay, and that within itself is a whole nother symbolism within the sun flower. All right, so yeah, joy. She's embracing herself. All right, don't allow someone or the past, right, to snatch your joy from you. Just don't allow that. Don't allow that today. Okay, some of you may need to move and exercise forgiveness today. Okay, so change your perception. Don't allow anyone to snatch your joy. Keep out of the ego today. Okay, keep out of the ego today. That's gonna be important. Okay, ego is always gonna let you know that you can throw the baby out with the bathwater because none of that shit is necessary anyway. But I'm gonna tell you something. Everything is necessary. There's an allegory to everything. Transformation is happening if you allow it to. From not allowing your past to snatch your present moment. Okay, the joy in the present moment, and you can do that with forgiveness, which is third eye chakra. Once again, perception. Okay, forgiveness. All right, forgiveness does not mean that someone gets away with anything. Forgiveness just gives you an opportunity so you can move forward. All right, so be mindful of that. Forgiveness is not about allowing someone to get away with anything. Okay, forgiveness is so you can live, okay, so you can laugh, so you can smile, so you can expand, so you can elevate. That is what forgiveness is about, okay? Freeing yourself, freeing another if you need to, so you can move forward, all right? Now, the next sign up is going to be the wonderful, wonderful air sign. Okay, so now if you are a Gemini, if you are an Aquarius, or if you are a Libra, this energy is going to resonate with you. If you are not, okay, you can find the air energies all about your spiritual and your mental thinking. This is going to be how you think on the spiritual level as well as on the logical level. Now, I do want to say something, right? Perception is going to be key as we're moving through this energy. So tapping into the air element is also going to be very, very helpful, okay? For those of you that are not an air sign, tapping into that air element is going to be very, very helpful, okay? So we got predominant heart chakra popping up on the board today with the green borders, okay? So let's get into this. In the past energy, you have expansion. This is throat chakra energy. And when you're expanding something, it's getting bigger, right? When you're expanding something, it's growing, okay? Now, because it's throat chakra energy, this lets me know that this is going to be in forms of communication. So you could be expanding in your communication. For some of you, this is just shutting down and expanding in your communication internally because you felt like you've spoken enough, you've said enough. For some of you, this is going to represent expanding and really communicating your truth and where you are right now, okay? And I want to say even establishing healthy boundaries, okay? I even stepping into confidence for some of you, okay? Now, over here in your right now moment, however, you do have wisdom asking you to utilize this wisdom as you are stepping into this expansion, okay? This wisdom is surrounded by heart chakra energy with this green border, but you also have grief popping up here in your advice placement or the future placement, right? When grief pops up, this is not about, oh my God, so sad, shit. No. This is saying accept things so you can move forward. What are you holding on to that you're grieving about that you should allow yourself to move forward from? Okay. So as you are gaining expansion, as you are reestablishing yourself, especially in your communication to others or maybe even within to yourself, right? And you're utilizing wisdom, you need to let go of anything painful and find the lesson within that pain. Find the lesson within the pain. There is a lesson to everything, and if you get the lesson, you get the understanding, you get the wisdom, and you're able to utilize that towards your expansion. If you don't get the understanding and the wisdom, you could keep experiencing the same experience playing out in a different way with a different face, but it's still for you to get that lesson. Okay, now once again, heart chakra is all about love, compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. Okay. Now, compassion does not always mean saying yes or embracing someone with loving arms. Sometimes compassion means loving someone from a distance or saying hell no, fucks no, no to the no, to the no, 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 no. Okay, so that only can come from a place of wisdom when you've embraced everything that you've been through and allow it to work for you, not against you. Okay. So that's the message for the wonderful air signs today. Lots of heart chakra work going on the board. Okay, so that's that forgiveness, acceptance, compassion. Compassion is not, like I said, it's not always about hugs and kisses and stuff. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna jump into the wonderful, wonderful water signs. And if you are a water sign, that is going to be Pisces. That is going to be Scorpio, and that is also going to be Cancer's energy. Now, keep in mind, okay, that water energy, if you're not a water sign, this is going to apply to your feelings and your emotions. So this is how you're going to utilize this energy if you're tapping into the elemental aspect of this, okay? And we got two cards that jumped out for, the future placement, okay? So let's pull this back so you guys can see. Okay. So we're going to start off here with confusion. And if you take a look at the confusion card, you can definitely see that although she is standing in a midst of what could be confusion or chaos, there's also whispers coming in within the cloud. Okay, so you can gain clarity in the confusion if you take the time to sit back, be still, and listen. This is popping up as crown chakra information. This is pure information and direct information coming in from source. Okay, so this is source information. Okay, this is the realization aspect of self. This is self-awareness. Okay, now when you're in this position right here and you are balanced in your crown chakra, we're talking about spiritual connection. We're talking about wisdom and self-mastery here. We're talking about understanding and tapping into that super intelligence, or that super consciousness that dwells within all things. Okay, we're talking about being open-minded also, right? So there's a sense of open-mindedness here. All right, so you're not really confused, right? All you have to do is sit still to get the information. And this is popping up in the past. Okay, have you veered away from this aspect of self and how you gain your information? Have you not been tapping into this aspect of self and how you process your information? Right, so this is going to be something that you really need to pay attention to as we are moving towards this energy today. Okay, there is heavy emotional energy on the board for you today, my wonderful water signs. Of course not. Why would there not be heavy emotional energy for you? Because you are a water sign, and this is what you do, right? You tap into emotions and you process them, and you manifest from that place of the emotional body. Now, I want to say, like, water signs, or maybe even the water archetype or the water element, holds a big role in how all of this unfolds, because water is the one element in this world really can tap in and really I want to say break boundaries with any material or substance. Okay, so past moment, they're asking you, confused, what are you confused about? Whatever you're confused about, you need to get still and tap into your higher self. Okay, now you will know that you are not in alignment of this particular chakra, which is your crown chakra. If you do feel confused, if you are too much in your head, okay, if you have too much excessive attachment, okay, if you are closed-minded, okay, if you have a rigid belief system, they're asking you really to bring yourself back into balance here, right? So now, once again, we got grief popping up over here with this heart chakra energy. Heart chakra energy is about love, forgiveness, and acceptance, okay? And when grief pops up, this is just about, what are you still holding on to from the past, and what are you confused about from the past that you should let go? What are you not accepting? What are you not learning to love? What are you not learning to forgive? What are you still giving too much compassion to in your heart? Right? What is that? What is that aspect of self that you're giving too much compassion to in your heart, right? Because if you're not careful, right, and this heart chakra is not balanced, right? If you're not careful, this heart chakra is not balanced. This is where jealousy, codependency comes in. Okay, feeling like you have to be the martyr for shit. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, this is also being a people pleaser. All right. Now, on the flip side of that, you could also have being very withdrawn, very critical, right? Very intolerant to be, very intolerant, hard to be around, lonely, isolated, okay, lack of empathy, fear of intimacy, just a difficult person to be around. Okay, so what And this is in your right now moment, and what's keeping some people there, or if this is not you, this could be the energy that you're interacting with, my wonderful water sign, but what's keeping you here where you're giving more to this situation than you need to. Okay, now in your future placement, or in the advice placement, you have sacral chakra energy. And sacral chakra is all about the placement where you have a relationship, you have the change that's needed within those relationships, okay? And then you have the emotions within those relationships, okay? Now, interestingly enough, right, in Reiki, this sacral chakra is also known as the water chakra, right? So this the water chakra, aka sacral chakra, and the heart chakra speaks to one another. Did you know that? Right? Right? And the heart chakra is what you consider to be the balance chakra. Okay, that's where you have that electrical magnetic pull, and we talked about that in some of my videos, right? So this is where you have that electrical magnetic pull, which is ruled and governed by that Leo and that Cancerian energy, right? So you have the sacral chakra energy here, my loves, right? Which is all about emotions and the relationships within those emotions and the change that's needed. And it's saying perseverance is needed, which means you're going to have to push through some things, but there's also an impasse. There's a decision that you may need to make emotionally, okay? Now, I want you to be mindful, because this energy right here, if it is not balanced, so if your sacral chakra is not balanced, we're talking about sexual addiction, we're talking about obsessive attachments, we're talking about instability. We're talking about emotional dependency. Okay, this is where you may want someone to fill you, love you more than you love yourself. Okay, this is where you expect more from someone that you are not even giving to yourself in this chakra right here. Okay, rigid behavior in your body, okay, in your belief system and in your behaviors if this is not balanced, okay, poor social skills if this is not balanced, excessive boundaries, always feeling bored, okay, lack of desire, lack of passion, okay. So what are you confused about from the past? What are you holding on to in the now moment that you need to let go, that is causing you grief? And they're asking you to push past that and make a decision. Make a decision. Make a decision. Okay. All right, so I appreciate each and every one of you, my lovelies. Those are the messages for the signs as well as the elements. If you are deciding, my love, to tap into any of the messages, you can do so via the elemental aspect or via your zodiac sign. Keep in mind that you are not supposed to get stuck in any one of these individual zodiac patterns. You are to master all 12 aspects of yourself so you can rise above this energy. Okay, now, with that being said, coming up on August 19th, you do have the new moon meditation in Leo with me, so you can check out the description box below for that. You can find that information. You also have the shadow class with myself and Kim Warner. You can find the information for that as well as the donation amount in the description box below, okay? If you are a Patreon subscriber and part of the Patreon community, you have some new content out there that you guys can go on and check out. You have conversations by the lake. You also have the poll and the reading from the ancestors, which I think was a really powerful message, okay? You also have we also have a video up where I'm talking about the Lion's Gate energy and some of the things that you may need to know as we are shifting through that energy. So I'm going to see you, my lovelies, on Patreon, where you guys can tap into those videos, okay? And if you are not part of the Patreon family, you can come on over and join us. Now, my wonderful, wonderful YouTube babies, all of my lovelies, I will be back bright and early on Monday morning, okay, with your next daily vibration and tapping into these chakras, okay? Now, you get more information on the Patreon when we're diving into things that you can do about balancing your chakras, okay? You also get a lot of information here just by the readings on the chakras and what these are responsible for, all right? So we're going to be talking about balancing those chakras over on Patreon, so you guys can come on over and join the community on Patreon. I appreciate each and every one of you for your support, okay? Do something kind for yourself. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Drink plenty of water. Don't forget to get that vitamin D and that natural sunlight. Go out in the sun, okay? Now, can I just tell you, It's like 11:13 here on the clock, 11:13 a.m. here in Georgia on the clock. And I do want to say, okay, because I do pre-record these the day before. I do want to say the sun is not out today, but the sun is not going to be out for the next 2 days. We are having a lot of rain, and what I can tell you is you feel the difference in the atmosphere. But there's also a place within you where the eternal sun lies that you can tap into. Okay, so when you have access to the sun that it is in the sky, my lovelies, you definitely want to try and tap into that energy as it permeates the earth and permeates the sun that dwells within you. Okay. All right, my lovelies, you want to go from pieces to wholeness. Okay, my lovelies, create that mosaic masterpiece that is within self. And I'm going to see you guys within the next daily vibration. Have a wonderful weekend, my love.